During October and November, America goes crazy for pumpkin. It's in muffins, pancakes, breads, you name it. Well, today I'm going to put it in my bread pudding with a mascarpone rum icing. Wait until you taste this. Hey guys, so first to get started, we need to make the custard. So I have 4 eggs in my bowl, some sugar, how my Greek relatives say it in their cute little accent. So we're just sweetening it up. And we have some regular whole milk. So everything should be at room temperature. That way that sugar melts really nicely and just combines in with the custard. Some cream, so you have a little heavy cream in there. So I went ahead and melted and cooled some unsalted butter. So you definitely want to cool it. We don't want to cook those eggs. And then some spices. So we have some salt, ginger, cinnamon, and ground cloves. And then the most important key ingredient, pumpkin. So you want canned pureed pumpkin. You don't want any of the funny business with the already spiced pumpkin. You want just the plain, but here's a great little tip. I roasted my own pumpkin. So I took a small 3-pound pumpkin. You'll find them in your grocery store, especially right now. They're called pie pumpkins. All I did was cut it in half, gutted it, roasted it at 400 degrees until it's super duper tender. It takes about 30 to 45 minutes. Scooped it out, pureed it, done. So we have fresh pumpkin in here. And I gotta tell you, when you taste the difference, big difference between can and fresh. But you can totally use the can here too. I'm just giving you a little extra something special. All right, so everything's in there, and then we need a little bit of vanilla. Okay, you want a good pure vanilla extract. So now we're just gonna whisk all of this together. So for our bread pudding, you can use any day old bread that you have. That's the beauty about bread going old. It's always used for something else, whether it's croutons, whether it's crostini, bread pudding right here. So this was pretty easy to put together, right? This is our custard. So I have challah, which is an egg-based bread. It's gonna give us even more delicious flavor. You could also use brioche. That's a French bread that's also egg-based. So here's what you're gonna do. I actually prefer to remove the crust. So you're just gonna shave the crust away. And the reason is because I want all that bread to soak up that egg mixture, our custard. And sometimes the crust can act like a little bit of a barrier. So I'm just gonna shave pretty much all of it away. All right, so the key to really great bread pudding, you want your bread to be 1, 2, even 3 days old. It absorbs better. When it's really fresh, it's hard for it to absorb that custard. We're gonna cut it into big chunks. I like nice big chunks. And then we're gonna soak it. So I like to do mine a little different than you may be used to seeing. So this is my father's trick. So this is very similar to making French toast, really. And the way my father would make his French toast is he would soak the bread in that custard, in that egg mixture, until it was nice and heavy. So that's what we're doing. We wanna absorb all of it before we get it into the oven. So it's been about 2 minutes. So I like to do this in 2 batches. So you never want to bite into your bread pudding and then you have big pieces of bread, right? That's why we are soaking it like this. So we're saturating it. We want it to be eggy. So I sprayed my baking dish with some non-stick cooking spray. That way, any of the egg mixture doesn't stick to the pan. I'm gonna let this sit, soak for about 10 minutes. And then we'll place it in the oven. All right, we're all set. 350 degrees until it's puffed and slightly golden. about 40 to 45 minutes. All right, now to make our sauce. So we have sugar. And I gotta tell you, this, it actually becomes an icing. It just glazes right over top and it's so delicious. A little bit of rum, dark rum, pinch of salt, some ground cinnamon. My son loves cinnamon. He sneaks in my spice jar and just puts cinnamon on everything. It's good for you too. A little bit of pure vanilla extract. So now we're just gonna cook this. So our key here is we wanna melt that sugar and reduce the rum, so we wanna concentrate that flavor. So our sugar mixture has melted. Now it's time to add the mascarpone cheese. So it's an Italian cream cheese, and that's what makes this into an amazing icing. All right, you're gonna whisk it off the heat. You don't wanna heat it at this point. If for any reason you make this a little bit ahead and you wanna warm it through, you can just place it back onto the heat over low heat and constantly whisk just to make it pliable again and just warm it through, but you don't wanna bring it to a boil because it will break the sauce. So let's go check on our bread pudding. So our bread pudding's out of the oven. I let it cool slightly. You want to serve this warm. That's where it's going to be best. Oh my gosh, come on. This time of the year, the smell of baking something pumpkin spiced in your house, forget about it. All right, so you're just going to take it out just like this. Our mascarpone rum icing right on top. All right, now we gotta give it a taste. It smells awesome. Never disappoints, so good. That egg-based bread is so good. It's pumpkiny, it's spicy, it's so savory and so delicious. For this recipe, head over to the newspaper's website. I'm Shereen with Cook This. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.